We're still tracking what is going on around town, so we want to take you live now out to the Riverside area and Brandon Schaff. And Brandon, my gosh, we've been getting all sorts of videos from people in Riverside saying the water isn't just in their yards, but is touching inside their homes. What are you finding out?
Yeah, that's right, guys. So we are here right in Riverside, and we're taking a look at really just how this water has continued to just go up this road right here. The street that you're looking at right now is Baynard Place, and it is right, it really goes all the way down to Vernon Terrace, which is where that major flooding is. There's a lot of residents that were sending in that footage, some of the things that we've seen that have been sent to us of really just showing how these homes were actually getting flooded and how this has been going on throughout the day, really since about 1 o'clock in the afternoon when this water started to come up. And now you can really see just how much it is with cars flooded, just back to back, pretty much all of these cars and the first floors of these homes. You know, there's really no way around it. The water is all over the place. And then we also have Gail here, who is a resident who lives right down there. And Gail, if you could come just a little closer here so we make sure you're in the shot. So you live in that house that's right back there at the end of this road, right?
Right on the river, yes, and on the second floor, which we're safe, so I've been watching it from a safe distance, but it's been coming on all day long and kind of scary because I do disaster crisis and usually respond after things happen, but to actually watch the river rise and not knowing when it's going to stop has been pretty crazy all day today, and it's definitely flooded.
And everyone at home right now, they can see the images of some of the things that you've been sending in, that people have been sending from this area. You know, what's something that, you know, really people should be keeping in mind? Because this is something, I mean, this flooding is worse, some people are saying, than what they saw back when, just a month ago when Hurricane Ian was hitting.
Yeah, well, I actually responded to Hurricane Ian, and I've been in homes that have had 4 feet of water, and it's crazy. But even 1 foot of water or 1 inch of water can destroy your home, and you need to do flood mediation with it. So, you know, I've been working with Hope Force International for almost 10 years now, and being somebody who has seen floods over and over and over, and everybody always says, I never expected it to happen to me. And like preparation, I went downstairs to my neighbor and said, can we pick up your furniture, even just 1 inch off the ground? Can we pick up your pictures and things that you don't want to lose to the water? So, like, this now has just started to recede literally within the last 20 minutes when you guys showed up, and that's a relief because you don't know if it's going to continue to rise. I've spoken to people who laid in bed and waited for the water to rise and didn't know if they were going to be able to get out of their houses, you know? So I would say take storms seriously, like really take them seriously, and I've never been actually in one, which is kind of fun, sorry, but it's been fun today. But it's also really, we can't mess with Mother Nature. She's going to do what she does. And it's going to wreck, you know, property, but it's also going to do a lot of damage to people, too.
Exactly. And the last part of this is really just kind of focusing on those people, you being one of them, that are directly affected by this. You know, what do you do going forward now? You're going to have to go back to your home, right? So what's the plan now going forward, just hoping that this water eventually goes back into the river?
Yeah, and it will, and I'm on the second floor, so I'm safe. So as being a disaster crisis person, when people do get flooded, if you had water in your house, it's not okay, it didn't recede, it was only an hour or whatever. You got to get your carpet out, you got to get your flooring out, you got to get your sheetrock out, like the water has penetrated. So a passion of mine is to help people after the fact of when that's happened, and just to have an awareness that a flood is, even if it's 1 inch, if it's not 4 feet, you've had damage and intrusion into your home, and you need to take care of that because mold is for real, you know.
Well, thank you very much, Gail. We appreciate you talking with us today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. And, you know, for obviously all of our continuous coverage here, you know, you see just how much water there is here. This is not the only part of the city that has been experiencing this much flooding. So we're going to continue to move around and just see really the extent of everything that the tropical storm is bringing to Jacksonville today. But for now, right here in Riverside, Brandon Schaff, West Coast News on your side.